What is up, everybody? I'm a little bit late. All right, I was a little bit late to I think I was live for a second here. But anyways, what's up, everybody? I'm a little bit late. You know, I said 6:30. What is it? 6:37. I'm usually just a little bit late because I'm not good at this damn thing. But hey, let's get the intro going, and then we're gonna get right into this Packers talk. Let's go, baby. Let's have a good time.
You're listening to the Ramblin' Matt Ramage podcast. Let's go!
What is up, everybody? All right, first of all, let me flip this hat around a little bit, all right? You know what I mean? Hey, I appreciate everyone who's tuning in. Let's check out these comments real quick. I might have a guest joining me. Dude, I'm all off the boards, you know what I mean? I'm always off the boards. What is up? What is up, people? Appreciate you joining the Ramblin' Marriage podcast. We're live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, but you can also listen to this. I think this one I'm going to be posting on my podcast. So if you want to listen on iTunes, Spotify, all that shit, follow me. All right, go ahead, give me a follow, but or subscribe, whatever the hell it is. It's all free, people. All right, if you want to listen, all right, let's check out. What is up, bro? What's up, Will? What is up, bro? Dude, I appreciate everyone who's tuning in, but I want to get to some voicemails. I want to do some calls. I want to do all the damn things that people do on these damn shows. You know what I mean? I'm a little bit buzzed up, right, people? You know what I mean? I'm having a good ass time, all right, people? But that's the thing. I have a little bit too much fun when I prepare for these damn things. You know what I mean? I prepare for these shows, and how I prepare for the shows is I drink, and I read Matt Schneidman tweets. That's what I do. That's literally what I do. I read Matt Schneidman tweets. He's the Packers beat writer. He's been on the show a few times, but he has all the news. So he gives me all the topics, all the things I need to talk about, all the things that you need to know. He might pop up in here in a little bit. I don't know if he will or not, but he said he might pop in. I invited him. So we'll see what happens. But I want to get to some voicemail. But first I want to talk about a few things, all right? Let me check out my notes here. What we got going on here? Oh yeah, because I got a banner for this. All right. So for people who are listening on the podcast, bear with me here. We're gonna bring these damn things up. All right. But where the hell is this? Oh shit! See, I done screwed it up. Let's talk about right here. Via Matt Schneidman, all right? Aaron Rodgers says the Packers have some exciting news to announce next week regarding... Oh, hang on. No, we have a phone call coming in. What's up? Oh, hang on, let me turn this.
What's up, man?
What's up? I got my guy Ben on the phone.
What's up?
We'll get back to this in a little bit. Hang on.
Oh shit! You actually have me saved in your phone. I was gonna punk you back.
No, you cannot punk me. I have you saved in my phone. So we have the Green Bay guy on the line. What is up, dude? Let's talk.
Not much, man. I saw you. I saw you're alive. How's your sober January going? 7 days in.
It's not doing that well. But I ain't gonna lie, Ben. I wasn't trying. I wasn't really trying. My wife's giving her though.
Did you make it a whole week?
No, I didn't. I didn't try. I didn't know it was happening until
Well, no, we're 7 days in. So have you been sober?
Oh yeah.
Before this, the other 7.
Yeah, I was sober since the last pack.
Okay, well, I mean, shit. You're almost to I don't know a milestone maybe.
Yeah,
is 1 week a milestone?
I wasn't trying though. People think that I'm drunk all the time, but I'm really not. Like that was just I drank during the I'm a little buzzed up, but I drank during the last Packer game. But I don't drink every day. But when I do,
I have seen you sober.
Yeah,
I have seen you sober a couple times.
Yeah,
like once or twice maybe.
Yeah, I mean, you saw me like 5 times and like once I was sober. No.
we're at like a 50% rate right now.
Yeah.
Actually, I mean, not to sound bad. Now, granted, you and I haven't met in person a ton of different times. We've talked a lot over 10 years, but we just don't hang out in person, mostly because I'm antisocial. But I think I've seen you tipsy more often than I've seen you sober for that reason alone, because your brother-in-law used to live by me, so I'd see you when you're drinking.
Oh yeah, because we'd always invite you over, right? And then we'd be hammered because for people who don't know, Ben used to live like a block from or whatever it was, like a few blocks from my brother-in-law's house, and we used to go over there just to drink. So and then we met at a few Packer games. So most of the times when me and Ben have been in connection, I actually don't know why he still talks to me. I've just been hammered all the time.
Well, hey, I've seen you sober a few times, though. You're pleasant either way.
Yeah, all right. No, but hey, while I got you on the phone, the Packers are the number 1 seed. The second time in Aaron Rodgers' career, the Packers have been number 1 seed. Hopefully this time it ends a little bit differently, a little bit better. But so how do you think the playoffs are going to go? Like, you're the most, me and you, I think, are the most optimistic Packer fans that there are. So give it to me.
I would probably agree with that. Yeah. Here's my bold prediction. It doesn't have anything to do with the Packers. My bold prediction is Kansas City's going to lose the divisional round. They're going to come out very slow. They're going to be very much like the 2011 Packers. But the Packers this year are going to keep firing. I think the Buccaneers are going to be coming into Lambeau Field, and I don't think it's going to go well for them. I think we're going to go through them to go to the NFC Championship personally.
Yeah, see,
what's your thoughts? I haven't heard what you're thinking.
Yeah, because I think the Bears are going to lose, because obviously if the Bears win, then the Packers going to play the Bears again, because the lowest seed and all that things. But the Bears ain't going to win. All right, I'm going to get into that a little bit later because I'm going to trash the Bears, because that's what I do. But I think the Packers play the Buccaneers. That's what I think, and I'm not scared. I know a lot of people are scared, but I'm not worried about it, because it's going to be a whole different game. First of all, the Packers defense have played a hell of a lot better since that game happened. Mm-hmm. And it's not just a defense; it's the offensive line. And I get that we're without David Bakhtiari, because whenever the Packers are going to play, or whenever any team is going to play a really good offense or defensive line, it's going to be tough. I don't care who the hell your quarterback is. If you got someone in your face, it's going to be tougher. But I think the Packers are going to play a hell of a lot tougher. Brady obviously is really good in the playoffs. Like, he's been there before. Mm-hmm. He does, he's used to it. And the snow, Brady, played in New England, all those things. But I think in Lambeau Field in the playoffs, everyone's gonna be hyped. I've heard stories that they're gonna have fans in the stands up to 10,000. Corey Behnke from Cheese at TV said he has a source. I don't know what that source is. I don't have this information. But I was just saying this, Ben, while you're on here, all right? I was just saying this. Just before you jumped on, Matt Schneidman tweeted, Aaron Rodgers says the Packers have some exciting news to announce next week regarding game day fun. And I think that might be it. Maybe Corey Behnke isn't wrong. Maybe, dude, if there's 10,000 fans in the stands, I know that they've had employees, Packer employees, plus some first responders. But if they figure out a way to get fans in the stands, I don't care who they are. I mean, I think having first responders was really cool for the Packers to pay back to all the stuff that they've went through. But like, if there's any type of crowd in the stands, any type of noise, I think that'll be huge for the Packers as far as home field advantage is concerned. Plus, dude, if it could just snow, like if everyone could just pray for snow that weekend, like I know we don't want to shovel, we don't want to, do all those things. But like, dude, because I have to plow, and I don't like plowing. But when I got a 4-wheeler, and I was like, man, this plowing is gonna be fun. So like now when it snows, it'll be fun. And like the first 2 times it was fun, and I was like, I don't like it no more. It's cold. I don't want to plow. You know what I mean? So like, but I think Lambeau Field it has that, but it's not a given. But like, yeah, I would love to have payback at the Buccaneers expense, dude. I wouldn't mind beating up the Buccaneers. I wouldn't say beat them up, but I would like to beat them. I don't care if it's by half a point. But yeah, but I think it's gonna be the Buccaneers.
Well, if if the road is truly to the Super Bowl, you can't just expect to limp your way there by beating piss poor teams all the way to the Super Bowl and then win the Super Bowl. I think in order for you to feel confident and be a contender, you got to go through a contender. And I don't want to limp my way there by beating a 7 seed and then, whatever. I think, you want to take the route where you beat the Bucks and then you're feeling good because you beat the Bucks and they handed you your shorts earlier in the season. And then maybe you'll go against the Saints, which was a tough matchup, but maybe you feel good about that and the elements help you. And then you're just building confidence on your way to Tampa.
Yeah, because, dude, I've been having this argument, or not argument, but this conversation with Bill all day about that. Because, like, there's no easy road to the Super Bowl. Like, I get it. Like, if they play the Bears, like, if the Bears would happen to win, it's probably going to be a little easier route than playing the Buccaneers. But beating a team 3 times in a season isn't a given. Like, I don't care who that team is.
No.
It's a divisional team, like, every time, if you beat a team 3 times. And, like, the Bears had, like, 3 interceptions dropped, and the Packers had, like, 2, so I get it, where people say, well, I don't take that whole, well, they dropped 3 picks, that's why they lost thing. But, like I'm saying, is, like, that game could have went a couple different ways. I'm confident in the Packers. So, like, even if they have to play the Bears again, I'm confident. I'm not going to be like, oh, they can't beat them 3 times. They could do it, but, like, it's not a given. It's not like if the Bears win next week, like, oh, we have an easy win. Now we can just loop the dade, we got this. It's not a given. So, like, if you're going to go to the Super Bowl, you have to beat those best teams. It doesn't matter. Like, you have to beat those best teams. Like, there's no shortcuts to the Super Bowl. I don't care if you have number 1 seed, you have all these things. Like, it doesn't matter. Even if the Bears win, then the next week you got to play whoever, the Seahawks or whoever they are. And, like, but I'm confident, dude. I'm confident the Packers can be. And there's no Niners team from last year. Like, the Niners last year, like, that team did not stack up against the Packers. Like, even though the playoffs are going on, you're like, all right, well, the Niners are still there. Like, I would have loved for the Niners to lose last year, like, earlier in the playoffs. But, like, I don't feel like there's that Niners team this year. Like, I think that any team, the Bucks are like that.
Well, and there's not that Chiefs team either.
Yeah. Because, like,
that Chiefs team was dangerous last year.
Yeah, I don't think that.
I
would love
both sides are pretty open.
Yeah, I think so too. The Chiefs can be beat. I think the Chiefs. To me, in the AFC, it's going to be the Chiefs or the Bills. I think the Bills Packers Super Bowl would be glorious. I know I'm looking way far ahead, but like the Chiefs Packers a Bills Packers Super Bowl would be glorious. I think it's 2 top fan bases. I'm not shitting on the Chiefs fan base because the Chiefs fans are awesome, and I think they do their thing, the Chiefs Kingdom and all those things. But, like, the Bills fan base and the Packers fan base, I think are very similar. We don't throw people through tables or whatever, but, like,
I would agree.
We do fall through tables once in a while. You know what I mean? But, like,
I'm not on the Chiefs hype train as a lot of other people are, especially because they come in the divisional round very similar to the 2011 Packers where you had 3 weeks off, essentially. Same with the Ravens last year. And looking at their last 4 games, they beat the Dolphins by 6. They beat the Saints by 3. They beat the Falcons by 3. And then they lost to the Chargers. Now, granted, the last game, a lot of their starters weren't playing. But they're nowhere near the powerhouse that they were the previous year where they're putting up 40, 50 points every game. So I just think if you come out rusty, which history shows a team taking 3 weeks off does come out rusty, and now you're playing a playoff team, you might run into some difficulties early in the series.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. Like, what the Chiefs are not like that powerhouse team that like they were last year, which a lot of people think they might be this year. But like Patrick Mahomes, who I love, because like. Whenever I talk about him, the people are like, "Oh, you're hating." I'm like, "No, I love Patrick Mahomes. I think he's a good dude. Like I love the commercials. I think I judge a lot of players off like what they are off the field, and like which I don't know because I'm not like hanging out with them or whatever. We're not drinking beers. He does. He is a sponsored by Coors Light. So, and I do love me some Coors Light. But he seems like a good dude. like off the field, he seems like a good kid. And I say kid because I'm old as shit. But and he's a really good quarterback. But I just don't think that they're that team that this year where like, oh no, nobody can beat them. Like they can be beaten. I think the Bills can beat them. I'm not saying they will, and I'll probably make the prediction at some point, and I'll probably be wrong. But like I think the Packers can beat any team in the AFC and in the I can't talk and in the NFC. I'm not saying that they will. It's like the Packers are far beyond any team, and they'll just squash anyone that comes in their way. But like it'll be a battle. But the Packers have what it takes to beat the team. The Packers defense. A lot of people give them shit, but I think they're ranked like 9th. It depends how you rank them, but they're in the top 10 no matter how you rank them. They've been coming on strong since.
I would agree.
I think the Colts game.
But damn, they're frustrating sometimes. I watch every game, and early on, I'm like, God, this damn defense is gonna like put me in my grave early. And then I don't know. It just seems like they tighten up when they need to tighten up, but sometimes it's so damn frustrating.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. Like that Titans game. Like I talked a lot. I talk a little bit of shit, Ben. I don't know if you. If you follow me in anything,
you do? Are you sure?
So I talk a lot of shit.
Are you sure?
And it's funny because like, I talked to Preston Smith a little bit, and like I actually messaged him and I was like, "Thank you for winning." I talked a lot of shit for this game, and he's like, "Nah," because I do. But to me, that is part of the fun. Talking shit. People tell me I jinx the Packers all the time. I tell them I'm 13-3 when predicting games. Mark Deaton's chiming in here. Ask Ben about Ben Gates stealing the Declaration of Independence.
Jesus, no one's gonna get this reference.
I don't get it.
I think it's from a movie.
Oh yeah.
And Mark's probably pissed. I've never seen the movie. I get the reference. It's a meme he sent me earlier. Marky Mark. I don't know the name. He's gonna yell at me. I think it's like National Treasure or something like that.
Yeah,
someone else is gonna get it in the comments. They're gonna figure it out.
I know the movie. No, I don't read. No.
I have never seen the movie, but I get the meme.
Yeah, Mark is the man, but yeah, I don't get the reference, but I know the movie a little bit. So let me ask you this, because I'm gonna take some calls in a little bit. I can't take calls when you're on the call because you're on the call.
Yeah, I'm gonna get off here in a minute. I gotta get back to work.
But let me ask you this one question: Aaron Rodgers MVP. What do you think?
Well, that's not a question.
No, but like, okay. No, I ended it with what do you think? Do you think Aaron Rodgers is going to win MVP? Do you think he should?
Well, that's still not a question. I mean, that's just a given already.
All right. You confused me. I'm buzzed up. Like,
he's definitely MVP.
Yeah, he's definitely. Because I've been arguing.
He's just definitely MVP.
Yeah, because I've been arguing with Bills fans and I don't try to because I like Bill fans. I like Bills Mafia. I respect them, and I think they're great fans and all those things. But like they're telling me about Josh Allen. They're like, well, he broke a lot of franchise records. Well, it's not our fault you have a shitty franchise.
Right.
I don't mean that.
Yeah, it's like, no, I mean, they like Jim Kelly was obviously very great for him.
Very good.
But I mean, their franchise records don't have like Brett Favre and Bart Starr and, I mean, not that Magic Man didn't, but, you know, there's Lynn Dickey was lights out for our franchise for a few years, throwing for a bajillion yards. I mean, yeah, like you said, it's not our fault that our franchise records are a bit higher than the Bills' franchise records.
Yeah, because I think Josh Allen will win MVP at some point. It's just not going to be this year. Dude, Aaron Rodgers has 48 passing touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Josh Allen he's below that and over that. He's below touchdowns and over interceptions. And I'm not saying he sucks. Like, he had a great year. Like, he did all the things. But, like, they were supposed to me, because the Patriots are down. Like, this is your shot. This is your chance to, like, pounce and, like, do all those things. And I'm glad that they did it. It's fun to watch. I love to see the Bills rise up. But he's not winning the MVP this year. And to me, he's, like, third. Maybe, you know, it depends where you put Mahomes. But
I would agree. I would honestly put... Yeah, I was going to say I'd put Derrick Henry over.
Yeah, because Derrick Henry...
But running backs never get that respect they deserve.
Oh, yeah, and dude, Bills fans, dude, you deserve all the respect. Like, dude, And I'm rooting for you.
Right.
I
You
love to
definitely
see,
do.
yeah, dude, beat the Chiefs.
I hope they get a Super Bowl ring here soon.
Oh yeah, and
Not this year. I
not
mean,
not
it's already
this year.
spoken for, but in the next 5.
Yeah, for sure. No, hey, I appreciate you calling in, Ben. That's the Green Bay guy on Facebook, Twitter.
Yeah, I got to get back to working. I'm working on my website right now, so I got to get back to work.
All right, make sure you put a little star in the corner for me. I don't even know. No,
all right, man. We'll talk to you later.
All right, peace out, my man.
All right, bye.
That was the Green Bay guy from. You can follow him on Facebook. He's my guy. Anyways, let's get back to these comments. I want to talk about some stuff. Let me check out what's going on because I might have someone joining me soon. All right, but you guys want to do some call-ins? All right, what do we got here? Who wants to call in? I'm all over the place here. Let me find this banner here, and we can. I don't even have the number up here. Oh yeah, let's put that down there though. But yeah, call me in 877-6-RAMAGE. 877-6-RAMAGE. I thought I had the number here somewhere. Oh yeah, here it is. Give me a call and let's take some calls and get your take. And let's make this. I want this to be the show for the people. All right, because it's not by the people. Or I would say it's by the people, but I don't know. I'm not the best podcaster in the world. All right, but call in. You want to get on here? Who do we got here? Struff. Here we go. We got someone here. What is up? You're on with Matt. What do you want to talk about?
Hey, Matt. This is Steve from Wheeling, down in Illinois, down in Bears country. I'm a diehard Packer fan.
Pray for you, man.
No, I want to talk to you about MVS.
All right, what do you got?
So, if there's anything that concerns me about the offense of the Packers, I love our receivers. I love that they're all they don't have the glowing numbers, but they all seem to work really well together. The concern I have with MVS is his lack of production consistently. Like Alan Lazard is great. He's got, in every game that the guy plays, he gets a catch. He gets at least 2 catches in every game that he plays. MVS this last year, he had 5 games where he had 0 catches. He had 2 games where he had just had 1 catch. So, and then he tends to drop those long touchdowns. There's at least twice this year in the last game against the Bears, he dropped that touchdown. He's wide open. I mean, what do you think? I mean, do we have other options, as far as a deep threat at receiver? I'm just concerned about MVS. I love him when he does well. He did great in the Jacksonville game. And I'm glad he had that comeback after the Indy fumble. I forgive him for that one, but I'm just concerned about that. What do you think?
Yeah, I'll answer that here. I appreciate your call. I'm gonna end this because my phone keeps beeping. But hey, I appreciate your call and I'll answer that after I hang up. But yeah, dude, that with MVS, it is it's like dude, it's tough because I love MVS and I think a lot of people are rooting for MVS. But he does have some drops, but he doesn't have the most drops in the league. But it seems like when he does have those drops, it's at crucial times. But he has that skill set where he's able to, as they say, take the top off a defense. Like he has that speed, he has that skill where he just gets open. And like you saw last game, he had a huge touchdown, and then he had a drop. So he's just got to be consistent, and the Packers they're hanging with him. You know what I mean? Like they trust him, and I mean, hopefully he gets more consistent. But yeah, he definitely has to get more consistent. But dude, I love me some MVS. I'm rooting for him because I feel like that, like he's got it, but he's got to get it together where he puts it out every week. And yeah, I don't know. Devontae though takes up a lot of those targets. You know what I mean? Like people talk about he doesn't get all every game, but I'm not sure he's targeted that much every game. But yeah, the drops have to end. I think he knows that he's trying to work on that. But yeah, he's just open. He gets open deep in the post. And I think MVS can be something special, but consistency, dude, as a wide receiver has to be it. What do we got here? MVS is a liability, but he's also like I get what you're saying where MVS is a liability, but he's also like a really huge perk. Like MVS, like just can take the top off a defense. Like he gets open like this crazy 80, 90-yard touchdowns, but like he's got to catch them. He's got to catch those 3rd and 6s too. You know what I mean? Who do you got? Who do you think will end up playing? Oh, who do I think will? Hang on. Let's take a call real quick. Then I'll answer that question. What is up? You're on with Matt. Oh, hang on. Hey, real quick, because my guest showed up. What do you got?
I want to ask, me and a couple people were talking about this, right?
I think you're breaking up, dude.
So if the Bucs win, then all right. So if the Rams win, we play the Rams, given the Bears lose. So if the Bears lose and the Rams lose, we play the Bucs, most likely. But then if the Rams win, we play the Rams and not the Bucs, right?
Yeah, we play the lowest seed. That is that one.
Yeah.
So if the Bears win, we play the Bears. But if the Bears lose and the Rams win, I think the Rams are the lowest seed. I'm a little bit buzzed up. But yeah, we play the lowest seed.
Yeah, all right. Because me and a couple people were talking about this. They're like, no, we play Washington. I'm like, no, Washington's number 4.
Yeah,
mm-hmm.
I'm not
because they're
yeah, we play the lowest seed for sure. But I my guest just joined me, so I'm gonna let you go. Hey, I appreciate the call, and go Pack, go baby.
Yes, sir.
All right. So Matt Steinman just joined me. All right. Hang on. I got to switch my jack, Matt. All right.
You're good. Can you hear me?
I got a real ghetto situation going on over here.
Can you hear me?
All right. Can you hear me?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. Hey, sorry to keep you waiting.
No, you're good. I was just dealing with some news because I just got done with something else. Was away from my phone for a little bit. I'm seeing the fans are going to be allowed in for the divisional round.
Oh yeah. So is it 10,000 people?
No, I'm literally reading the press release right now. So let's see what we got. I'm opening it up right now. Packers to welcome. This is from Packers.com. Season ticket holders to divisional playoff game. Season ticket holders who opted in before the season will receive an email this week with purchase information. Tailgating in the parking lots is prohibited, and attendees must wear face coverings at all times.
So
up to 6,000.
Up to 6,000 people. There we go. So we got some fans because I think that's huge, having fans and they're keeping it safe and all those things. But like, yeah, dude, I think that's huge.
Yeah, that's big. I mean, how many times have you heard Aaron Rodgers talk this season about how it's not as fun with no fans there? I mean, yeah, it's not however many there would be normally during a playoff game, but getting 6,000 fans in the stadium for a playoff game and socially distance them, get the masks on, obviously health is the first priority, but that'll be fun.
Oh yeah, I think it, dude. I think it'll be huge because I felt like earlier in the season, like when there was no fans anywhere, I feel like the defense was a little, I don't know if you say dull, but they were. I think around the league they weren't as energized because Zadarius Smith has talked about this. A lot of defensive guys that they get lit by the fans, like they get like brought up. So I think that no fans in the stands. I think they just don't have the energy. So,
I totally agree. And sorry, I'm just tweeting out a little bit more of information from this press release.
Yeah, I don't know. We're on with Matt Schneidman. He's a beat writer. He writes for The Athletic. He's got work to do, all right, people? So
no, that's not important.
Let him do his job. No, but this last caller was talking about the seeding. So, like, you know more about this than I, because I know that if the Bears lose, or if the Bears win, we play the Bears. But
Correct.
If the Bears lose and the Rams win, then we play the Rams, right?
Yep.
All right.
It's
So
lowest remaining seed.
yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, I was just thinking it because I was thinking about the Rams Seahawks is where I'm confused as they're seeing, because the Rams are the lower seed between the Rams and the Seahawks.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we would play the Rams if the Bears won and the Rams. I'm so confused. I'm buzzed up. I've been drinking, but yeah, we play the lowest seed. I know that much.
Yeah, so lowest seed. So there are 4 potential opponents: Washington, the Buccaneers, the Rams, and the Bears. So here are the scenarios. If all the highest seeds win, so if Washington beats the Buccaneers, if Seattle beats the Rams, and if New Orleans beats the Bears, then Washington plays. If, Seattle beats the Rams and the Saints beat the Bears and the Buccaneers beat Washington, which I think is going to happen, the Buccaneers come. If the Bears beat the Saints, doesn't matter what happens in the other games, the Bears come here because they're the lowest seed. If the Saints win and the Rams win, it doesn't matter what happens in the Washington-Tampa game, the Rams would come here.
Yeah.
So there is your 2021 Green Bay Packers playoff breakdown.
It's funny to me because people on Facebook is where I talk to most of the people who I talk to about football, because that's one of my bigger followings. Mm-hmm. And they ask me this stuff. I just go to your Twitter page. No, but I know it's the lowest seed, but off the top of my head, I couldn't remember. I know if the Bears win, they come here, but I don't. That's not gonna happen. Dude, I've been telling people dude, the Bears are not beating the Saints, because I'll say this real quick while you're typing, and I'll let you get these tweets out. But Khalil Mack was saying I feel so disrespected because I know that they're trying to get this everyone's against us, but he's I feel like we're the underdogs. You are the underdogs. The Bear,
right?
You backed into the play. I'm not trying to smash on Khalil Mack, but I'm just saying is they backed into the playoffs. The Packers beat them pretty handily. It wasn't. I know that the score isn't exactly how it went because I was stressed out through most of the game. Fourth quarter the Packers did their thing and they finished the game off, but you're the 7th seed, which usually isn't even a thing. So yeah. I think you should be the underdog. I don't know. I don't want. I know that you're a reporter, so you're not. I just love dishing into the Bears, so I know that you're.
Hey, I don't blame you as a Packer fan. That's what Packer fans are supposed to do.
So you have you were writing today, right? So you have.
Yes.
About a really, I think it's a cool story. I wasn't asking to come on my podcast, but mm-hmm. I want you to talk about this because you guys had a Zoom call today. I was reading all you guys talking about that. So talk about what you're writing about.
Yeah, so just a little feature story on Dominique Daphne, who, as you guys know, caught the eventual game-winning touchdown on Sunday against the Bears. Undrafted rookie from Indiana State, kind of a fullback, tight end, hybrid, H-back kind of thing. All those put into one. The Packers call it the F position. And what's interesting about his story is it starts back in 2016 when he was a freshman wide receiver. I want to get the name of this school right because it's a school I never heard of before today. I'm just reading through my story. Iowa Western Community College. So Daphne's from Iowa, so he stays local, goes to community college. His season stats in 7 games, 1 catch for 5 yards. And so he transfers to Iowa, where he's a preferred walk-on for 2 years. Mainly a special teamer, 1 catch for 19 yards in 2 seasons. And then he has 1 year of eligibility left and uses it at Indiana State. I believe as a graduate transfer. I'll have to check that. But and he leads the team in total touchdowns, kind of ran some stuff out of the Wildcat. And then the last game of the season against Missouri State, he runs 20 times for 244 yards and 4 touchdowns. And he also caught a touchdown for 19 yards. So nice thing to put on tape. but then he doesn't get drafted, doesn't get signed as an undrafted free agent. And because of COVID, teams can't have rookie minicamp tryouts or rookie minicamps. And guys like Darius Shepard or Lucas Patrick, I know Darius Shepard's not on team anymore, but Lucas Patrick is only on the Packers because of a rookie minicamp tryout. You know, guys can't do that because of COVID this year. So he was unemployed all summer pretty much. I mean, at least from an NFL sense. And he said today, I had no plan. I didn't know what was going down. I didn't know if there was going to be a football season. He's 22 at the time. He's 23 now. The Colts call him in late August and bring him in. But then he gets cut 2 weeks later, right before the season starts, a couple days before the season starts. And then he goes back to Iowa. And this is what I thought was the most interesting part of the story that he told us today. He used the word going nuts. Like all he did was wake up, go work out, come back home, eat, and do nothing. And he said, I had to find something to do to keep me from going nuts. And he got a job as a bouncer at a place called I want to get the name of this bar right, 300 Craft and Rooftop, which is a bar in Des Moines, Iowa. And he was a bouncer and said he basically didn't do anything. He just stood there and made money. And then the Packers called in early October. So I don't know exactly how soon after returning home he took the job, but he was cut second week of September. Packers called in October. So about a month. So it couldn't have been too long he was working there, but Packers call in early October during their bye week, or I don't know if it was during their bye week, but they officially signed him the Monday of their bye week in week 5. And he texted his group chat at work, the people who work at the bar, and said, I have to quit. Like, I can't work here anymore. The Packers just called. And they were like, yes, don't come into work tonight. Go do that. And he said he was in Green Bay the next day. He spent first couple months here on the practice squad, but earned a call up to the active roster about a month ago, a little less than a month ago. And we don't realize him on the field because he's blocking and he's running routes and not really making plays yet. But guys were saying I know Rodgers said on McAfee this week that he was making a lot of plays in practice. And what was funny is Rodgers on McAfee earlier this year kind of made fun of the number 49 and was saying, you know, if you wear that number, he was implying that it's probably not good news for your prospects to get playing time, because that's kind of a number given to the bench warmers. So it's only fitting that, you know, he hit Daphne for a 13-yard gain against the Titans, I believe. And then he has a nice trio of plays that showcase his versatility against the Bears. He had the touchdown catch to put them up 20-10, which was eventually a game-winning score. He had the tackle on the ensuing kick return of Cordero Patterson, just laid him out.
Oh, dude, I was telling my son that because after that touchdown, he went to the bathroom. So we were yelling because he was yelling, "Who's that guy?" And I was like, I was like, "That's Daphne." Not that I knew him, because I remember like a week earlier, maybe it was Titans game, where I was like, "Who's that guy?" So I kind of like figured out who he was. But I was like, "Yo, he lit him up." But they never showed the replay. I was mad because they were showing like the touchdown. I'm like, "Show the special teams play." No, he lit that dude up.
Yeah, and then he laid a really nice block on Aaron Jones, 17-yard catch and run later in the game. And Devontae Adams said after the game, Daff is one of the most versatile guys I've been around, and I've seen some guys who are pretty versatile for this team. So that just goes to show you. And Aaron Rodgers was like genuinely happy for the guy after he scored a touchdown. So a nice little story here in the bye week about a guy who 3 months ago was a bouncer at a bar in Iowa, and now he's catching game-winning touchdowns for the Green Bay Packers.
Dude, I love these type of stories. And for people who are watching this on Facebook, I will post this, your story. He writes for The Athletic, Matt Schneidman, and I'm sure it's a great story. I'm not really good at reading, so I don't read a lot, but I'm going to try to push through this story, right? Because I love these. Like every Super Bowl, like every Super Bowl that you watch, there's always this type of story. That's why I have a feeling that Packers are going to Super Bowl, because this story will be out there. Like, this is a guy who, 3 weeks or a month ago, as far as like as we get to the Super Bowl. He was a bouncer. Like, there's always that one guy in the Super Bowl story that he was doing this, or he was a Kurt Warner back in the day. He was a grocery store worker, or this and that. So, dude, I love these type of stories. Daphne kind of reminds me of Tom Crabtree. Like I didn't know that you're somewhat new to Green Bay, but Crabtree.
I know Tom.
Yeah. Tom Crabtree's my guy. Like he's been on my show many times. He doesn't want to do it anymore. He's like, I'm over this guy. No, but like he's good people. But it almost reminds me of him, not because he worked he was a bouncer or anything, but because like it just he was versatile. Like he did it all. You know what I mean? And like seeing him catch and touchdown, and to see him catch that touchdown, it almost seemed like he wanted it so bad. Like he like caught it on his back, and he was like, "I'm not."
He did anything to make sure he didn't drop it.
Yeah, he was like, "I am not even gonna roll over because this ball is not coming out." And that's kind of like what I saw. Like as I was watching it, he's like, "Please, I cannot drop this ball." And I love that. Like I was watching McAfee and how happy Rodgers is, and dude, I just love these like feel good stories. I'm a feel good kind of guy.
Absolutely. So am I. And I mean, listen, we have to write about the good and the bad. And, if they lose to the Buccaneers, we'll have to write about that. But I'm just joking, kind of. But yeah, you love a feel good story. And, we don't, we're supposed to be objective journalists, but you can respect a guy's story and respect the journey he's taken to get here. And, it's a cool story, and he was a delight to talk to today on Zoom, and it's nice to have those kinds of guys in the locker room.
Oh yeah, I saw Nagler talking about it, but the Zoom chat was so fun today. I'm assuming that was part of it and all those things. But so let me ask you this real quick: who is like that? You mentioned the Buccaneers. Who is the team that is that you would, if you were a fan? Because I know that obviously you support a team, but you got to be subjective and all those things. Mm-hmm. Who is the team that you'd want to see or not want to see as much
win the Super Bowl?
Yeah, like as far as getting to the Super Bowl through the NFC.
Well, covering a Super Bowl is on my bucket list. So
yeah, so you want me to
I wouldn't, I would. I also think, listen, I think it would be a great story if the Packers made it, because it's been 10 years since their last one, and just to put a final cap on the Aaron Rodgers successor drafted, and here he goes, wins the MVP and wins Super Bowl MVP. I think that would be a really good story, and I'm in the business of good stories, and that would be a fantastic one. Kind of putting a bow on not the Aaron Rodgers spite tour, but just the storyline of, listen, this guy felt like his team was trying to start to push him out, and he comes and here he has the best season of his career, arguably. He was asked today, "Is this the best season you've ever had?" And he kind of chuckled, and it was like, let's wait and see about that. He doesn't want to answer it quite yet, but I think it would be a really good story too if the Saints could get the proverbial monkey off their back. They've had so many playoff heartbreaks recently, and one more for Breeze before he retires. I think anytime you're talking about a quarterback who's winning his second, that kind of puts him into the next tier of great quarterbacks. And while Rodgers will probably always be more talented than Russ and Breeze, when you're talking about legacy, and Rodgers has talked about this before, there is a big difference between 2 Super Bowl rings and 1 Super Bowl ring when talking about legacy. And Breeze, Russ, and Rodgers all have 1. So if any of those 3 get it, that would be a good story. I mean, the villain story would be Brady just switching conferences and still coming back to win it at age 43. I know none of your viewers or listeners would be happy to hear that, but that would be a great story too.
No, not me either.
But hey, selfishly, I want to cover a Super Bowl.
No, yeah, because like for me, I'm not a Brady hater because I actually like Tom Brady. I always say is like I judge a player not only as like on the field, but if they seem like a good dude, like someone who I could drink a beer with, or someone who I could hang out with. Brady seems like a good dude. I follow him on social media. He seems like he's just having fun. But that being said, I don't want him to win shit this year. I don't want him to. But like I think like as far as like a feel good story, like you're talking about, even like as a reporter, a Packers Bills Super Bowl, I think would be like huge for like even ratings for the NFL, because I feel like Bills fans are crazy. Like I think whenever you have a fan base type of, you know how they have those polls and all that, it's always Packers Bills, whatever order that they land. A lot of times it's Bills because they're very heavy on Twitter. But
I think
that'd
the
be
best.
huge.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off. I think
No.
the best storyline for a Super Bowl would be Rodgers Mahomes, kind of the young superstar, future Hall of Famer who's being compared to Rodgers, and Rodgers is still the Rodgers of old. So people have said like, "Oh, Mahomes is the next Rodgers." Well, Rodgers is still Rodgers. You know, the two.
Yeah.
You can make a case: the two best quarterbacks, two best players in the league this year, or two most valuable players in the league this year, were Rodgers and Mahomes. So to see, I don't know how much defense would be played in that game, but when you're talking about faces of the NFL, I think Josh Allen's not quite there yet in terms of like his personal brand. He's a terrific player, probably second or third in the MVP voting this year behind Rodgers. But in terms of like name recognition and brand recognition, Rodgers and Mahomes facing off. I know they're not facing off against each other, but and there would be a lot of State Farm commercials.
Oh, I was saying,
a Packers Chiefs Super Bowl.
There'd be some really good commercials. I don't know if they'd have time to get those commercials, Super Bowl commercials ready, because I think they'd be busy. But yeah, I think that would be like the key one. But like as players, it'd be Rodgers, Mahomes, like going at it, like that'd be huge. The same thing with if Rodgers and Brady goes at it in the playoffs, that's gonna be so hype. You know what I mean? But as a fan base, I think Packers, Bills fan base. Not that the Chiefs fan base is crap, because I think they have a huge fan base. But I just think Packers, Bills fan base, it'll be different because they're with COVID and all that. But if it was a regular year, you know how usually the fan bases collide. There are all the things that happen Super Bowl week. But I think Packers, Bills would be huge for fans. But like as players, Rodgers, Mahomes, like you said, they don't play each other, but just that head-to-head, I think that everybody wants that.
Yeah, I think that would be a great matchup, and I think Packers-Bills would be great too. I think we're going to get a nice Super Bowl this year regardless. I think it's 16,000 fans in Tampa is what I heard, and I just hope if the Packers are there, I'll be allowed to go.
Dude, hey, do you get a guest?
I don't think so.
Especially not no small time shit podcast. You're like,
no, stop it.
No, hey, I appreciate you taking the time to join me. Everyone, I will post his story tomorrow. He's got we were talking earlier about this story. I think it's a great story. Like you said, he was a bouncer. What, a couple weeks ago, whatever it was.
Yeah, a couple months ago.
Yeah, a couple months ago, beginning of the season. And dude, I absolutely just love those stories of those.
Yeah,
like Kurt Warner's story, I think is one of the best stories in the NFL. He was bagging at a grocery store. I don't even know if it's true. Like he says it, but like, how do you go from being I've worked at a grocery store. I've never been able to, I've worked at a car wash. I've always wanted to tell a story. I used to work at a car wash. They're like, yeah, I can see that. No offense, people who work at car wash.
Yeah. That's funny. Well, hey, I appreciate you always having me on anytime. You know that.
Yeah, I appreciate you stopping by, man. Matt Schneidman, check him out on Twitter. I think that's mostly what he's on. He's on Instagram too. He doesn't post a lot about football though, but you should follow him because he posts every now and again. Let me ask you this real quick before you go. I saw that you posted that jumpsuit. Oh
yeah, I think I might be pulling that out next week. We'll see what the reaction will be.
All right, because I want to know I'm gonna have you on after the Packers beat this next whoever they play next.
Yeah,
and then I want to hear if Devontae, what he has, because that's all I care about. Like, in practice, I'm like, yeah, like, hey, they got this guy, AJ Dillon, this and that. No. The jumpsuit.
Yes, sir.
Who had what to say? No, hey, I appreciate you joining me. Matt Schneidman, check him out on Twitter. Dude, that's where I get all my news. That's the only place.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that.
I used to tell Josh Moser, he's the Adam Schefter of Green Bay. But now it's you. And not that you were there at the same time, but I didn't know you were. I really didn't know that you were a thing back then. All right.
That's okay. Appreciate you, Matty.
All right. Have a good one, my man.
Take it
Thanks
easy.
for stopping by.
Yes, sir.
All right. So that's Matt Schneidman. He's a great follow on Twitter for real. But do you guys want to do some more calls? I don't even know if I'm a little bit buzzed up. So let's check out this comment right here. I don't know what that means. All right. Oh, no, dude. First of all, I want to talk about this a little bit. I don't even know if that's what you meant, Steve. Or what is that? Yeah, Steve. But Rashaan Gary, dude, I want to talk about this a little bit. Because Rashaan Gary, lit it up a little bit this year. And I want to compare this a little bit about Jordan Love. Or not. Yeah. Jordan Love and the whole A.J. Dillon thing. Because Rashaan Gary last year, a lot of people said that he was like a bust. They're like, he ain't did nothing. And then the same thing with A.J. Dillon. He was a waste of a second-round pick. But A.J. Dillon showed he can do it. So we don't know. Maybe Jordan Love. I'm not even stressing Jordan Love's situation right now because Aaron Rodgers is still doing his thing. I'm just saying. I was thinking about this earlier. I don't know why that popped in my head because you talked about Gary. Hey, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Oh, you met him. Okay, he said, I met him while he was bouncing and Des Moines. Dude, that's awesome. Dude, I absolutely love that story about dudes that come up, like they had other jobs and they get called up and they just ball out. Dude, I love that shit. How can you not love that? To see a guy come up who had a regular-ass job, just trying to make it, still working out, still doing a thing, and then they come up and they just ball. You know what I mean? Dude, that's absolutely outstanding, bro. Hey, I appreciate you, Austin, for tuning in. He says, what's up, Maddie? Love the show. Hey, so if you didn't watch the whole show, you can check it out on YouTube. It'll be on Facebook. It'll be on Twitter all the time. But if you also want to listen, iTunes, Spotify, all the other places to listen to podcasts. I appreciate y'all tuning in. I think I'm going to end this damn thing. A big thanks to Matt Schneidman for stopping by. He always has the news. Like, he's an Adam Schefter of Green Bay. I used to say about Josh Moser, and I still love me some Josh Moser. He's going to come on, too. All right, he's going to come on sometimes. So shout out to all y'all people listening, all right? So one more comment. So what do you think about our... No, I'm not going to talk about that. I'm not going to talk about anything about politics. I'm going to keep it sports, people. Nobody tunes in to hear about my political things. But thank you all for tuning in. Check me out, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter. Make sure you subscribe. iTunes, Spotify, all the places to listen to podcasts. Hey, cheers, people. Have a beer. All right? Next time I see you, I'll buy you one. Go Pack, go, baby. Let's get it.